Experts say at least 25% of kids are consuming artificial sweeteners, and the parents may not have any idea. The American Academy of Pediatrics just put out new guidelines. They believe artificial sweeteners should actually be listed on all food and drink labels. Right now, there's not a requirement for that. And here's more of what we learned from this new guidance. So 80% of kids who consume artificial sweeteners reportedly have it daily. And it's because, you know, you're giving your kids these low calorie, low sugar, no sugar added products thinking it's more healthy, but it's because they're filled with the fake stuff, fake artificial sweeteners. Parents say they don't realize that. There's also evidence to suggest that artificial sweeteners change your appetite and your taste in food. It's also linked to weight gain. So experts say more research is needed to learn about the long-term effects on your health. Speaking of weight gain with young people, why is the most prominent group of pediatricians now saying kids who are severely obese should be able to get weight loss surgery? This is the first time the American Academy of Pediatrics has issued new guidelines on this extreme measure to lose weight. Doctors do admit this is not a simple fix, but why is weight loss surgery getting the green light now for kids? I want to bring in Dr. Luiza Petre, a cardiologist and nutrition expert with weight loss clinics. First, is this a good idea for children under the age of 18?
Hi, thank you for having me. I do think that going to surgery is a very extreme measure at this age. There are so many other things we can do before that. We do have to approach their lifestyle to encourage more exercise and to educate these families and these children how to eat healthier. If you don't go for behavioral modification, this is not going to be a sustainable approach for life.
Yeah, and what are some of possibly the side effects, not just of the weight loss surgery, but psychologically for children that young to go through something like this?
You're right. This is a very traumatic experience. And I've seen my practice, which consists mostly 15% of people who did have the surgery done before, of all ages. And they have multiple complications from that. It affects their eating patterns, their appetite. Many people get depressed when the surgery doesn't go well as expected. So there are many consequences related to that when these people should have a chance first to go for a medically supervised program. And unfortunately, nowadays, most insurance doesn't pay for that, which is kind of paradoxical to think that they would cover surgery.
Yeah, and that's sort of what these new guidelines are aimed at, changing that a bit. And we're showing people the graphic of what this surgery is. It's gastric bypass surgery, which a lot of people know about. You know, you shrink the size of the stomach so that they can't eat as much. But is all of this, and we do want to point out, it's reserved for the most extreme cases of obesity when they're approving this for children. But is this because everything else isn't working? Because I think there are going to be some parents at home saying, I've tried everything. I try restricting diet. I try having them exercise, and nothing works.
We have few patients in our practice, and we've noticed when you work with families and you really take time and spend 4 to 6 months in changing their habits, eventually it does work. So I think at the end you end up with a very few patients who need to go for surgery as a drastic measure. But I think there is much more that can be done before, and we as a physicians should focus on those programs.
I was going to say, go ahead.
You know, push more insurance to pay for it.
I was going to say, if you had a 14-year-old that came into your clinic and said, I desperately want this, would you go ahead with the surgery with these new recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics?
Absolutely not as a first choice.
Dr. Luiza Petre, thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.